Hey guys, what's going on? Look, I'm in a weird mood right now, and I don't know what it is about this weekend. Maybe it's because the best movie this weekend that I've seen so far I got to see last week, or maybe it's because I'm hearing The Snowman's not very good and I was really looking forward to that movie, or maybe it's because I had to sit through Boo 2 last night. But after sitting through Geostorm, I'm just in a weird place. The movie basically goes like this. Global warming pretty much creates world peace. A lot of bad weather stuff starts happening, and all the nations have to band together. And it said they were led by America and China, and they have to create this whole satellite system and space station that can basically control the weather. And Gerard Butler's character is the guy that kind of led the whole operation, and then he gets fired. And then 3 years later, some bad stuff starts happening, and they have to wonder, was it an accident or was someone deliberately making things happen? Well, I have my theories that I think this was two different movies because I honestly think that it was first just a disaster movie, and since that stuff probably don't test well anymore because people are just tired of it, they added the terrorism thing. Either way, it doesn't work. It's one of those movies where the who is so easy to figure out and the why is just stupid. Well, the story doesn't work. So, we go into these movies to see effects. We go into these movies to see stuff get destroyed. Did that stuff work? No. The CG is just terrible, and honestly, at times it's extremely cartoony. Watching people die, it's not laugh out loud funny, but it's bad CG funny. And then there's times they follow different characters through the destruction that we've never seen before. Like we follow this bikini girl for way too long, and she's running away from the ice, I think. And there's the trope of, hey, the dog survived and things like that. None of it works. And that leads to what a lot of people might get mad about. The movie's called Geostorm. There is no Geostorm. I don't mean that it doesn't exist. I mean that just one doesn't happen. All the stuff you see in the commercials are smaller events. Now, granted, they cause a ton of damage, but and a lot of people die. But it's not the big geostorm. It's just all these little events that could be leading up to the geostorm. And the geostorm, I'm getting tired of saying that word. It's on a countdown clock for the end of the movie, so you kind of know, they're going to avoid it and everything. And you've seen other movies do other things like this. This movie steals things from any disaster movie, from Armageddon and on. I mean, you see little bits and pieces of things that you've seen in other movies, and this one does none of them well. All of the characters, and I do mean all of the characters, are extremely cookie cutter and generic. I mean, there's really nothing to say about them. I mean, they try to give them little stories here and there. Gerard Butler and his brother have issues, and Gerard Butler has issues being a dad, and his brother has a love story, and there's just all these little bits and pieces here and there, but they don't really do anything. They're just, here's point A to point B for everybody, and things turn out exactly how you think they're going to. There's no real good character development other than from a generic sense. One thing I have to say about this movie, it tries so hard to be funny. I mean, so hard. And 0%, zilch, nada, none, no humor lands in this movie. It tries so hard and it's so bad. Just any type of joke they try. I mean, I think you saw the best joke in the trailer, and they didn't change anything about it for the movie. It's the part where the brother and the president and the Secret Service lady are driving through a disaster, and she makes some cool move with the car, and the president's like, "You need to marry her." That's probably the funniest joke in the movie, and you already heard it. But by then, that's near the end of the movie, and you're so exhausted with the stupidity of this movie that it wouldn't land anyway, even if you hadn't heard it. This movie's greatest flaw is that for a movie about disasters and terrorism, it is so boring. Sitting through this movie, I don't know how many times I checked my clock. And here's the funny thing. When I was sitting in the theater waiting for this movie to start, I knew something was wrong because one of the previews they showed was for Only the Brave, which came out the same day. I had a bad feeling that they were going to play the wrong movie, and sure enough, in the corner of the screen when the movie started, it said Replicants. So they had started Blade Runner 2049. And I thought to myself, part of me just wants to let this go. I just want to let it play because I don't know if I want to sit through Geostorm. But no, I was nice. There was other people in the theater, and I went and had them change it. But part of me is just like, man, I mean, I didn't have 3 hours to sit through Blade Runner 2049 again, but part of me wanted to so bad because I knew Geostorm was going to suck and be so boring, and I was so right. This movie probably would have made a better Has Fallen movie, being you had Gerard Butler in it. Maybe be part 4 or 5 when they finally hit space, because it's probably going to happen if they keep making those movies. That might have been a little more entertaining and maybe a little more funny, even though I didn't really like the second movie that much. I have a feeling I thought this is where they were headed, going into space. And the second I saw Gerard Butler, I thought maybe that was what it was going to be. And then it's like, no, Geostorm. And, yeah, that would have been a better movie. At least would have had some more action, because a lot of people in this movie, a lot of the characters, do nothing. You sit at computers and you look at screens and you talk. And there's just a lot of nothing going on in this movie. And again, that goes into the fact that this movie is just flat out boring. That's all the ranting and raving I have. Like I said, I am just in a weird mood this weekend. And, seeing these two movies and the thought of not liking The Snowman and hadn't already seen Only the Brave, just it took the wanting to, really work on a review out of me. I just, these are the type of weekends I just despise, where the movies that come out are just throwaways because they're waiting to bring out the big guns near the end of the year. But anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. Did you watch Geostorm, and what did you think of it? Feel free to comment out down in the section below. But remember, as always, it's only just one guy's opinion. I'm Gino Reynolds from The Real Gino. Till next time, and hopefully it's not another Geostorm.